Hi everyone. Gosh, I feel like this lesson is such a breath of fresh air compared to the last one, right? So today we're working on Unit 8, Lesson 5, Volume of Right Rectangular Prisms, okay? So we've talked about surface area, which that's like if you were to wrap it in paper or something like that. Now we're talking volume, so that's like how much can something hold, okay? So thank goodness this one, it's not bad. It's just volume equals length times width times height, and that is it. All right. The area of the base would be like length times width, right? And then you just multiply it by the height. It's like how many of those bases do you have? Okay, so that's basically kind of like what it's talking about. So let's get into some examples. So number one, what is the volume of a right rectangular prism with a length of 12, width of 5, and height of 10? So with that, we're just going to fill in that formula, length times width times height. So in this case, let's see, we've got 12 for our length, 5 for our width, and 10 for our height. Well, 5 times 10, that one, well, actually, this one might be easier to do first anyway. It doesn't matter what order you do it in. 12 times 5 is 60, times 10 is 600. So the volume would be 600. And at least the way I wrote it, we don't know what the units are. So we can put units cubed. Okay, volume is a three-dimensional attribute. And so the units are going to be cubed, 3 dimensions, right? And we multiplied 3 numbers together, so that makes sense too. All right, number 2. What is the width of a rectangular prism with a volume of 100 units cubed? That's another way to say this, right? Units cubed. But you can write it out. Height of 10 units and a length of 5 units. So we're going to use that same formula. Volume is equal to length times width times height. But this time we know the volume. So we have 100 equals, and then let's see, length of 5. So I'm going to say 5. We're looking for the width. That's our unknown. And then our height is 10. Okay? It's all multiplication, so it doesn't really matter what order you put them in, but just to make sure we have everything lined up, that's what that would look like. So we have 100, and then 5 times 10 is 50, so we have 50 times W. Well, now we're just down to a one-step equation. In order to undo an operation, or in this case to get my variable isolated or by itself, I need to do the opposite operation from what I see in the problem. So right now I have multiplication. So to get rid of it, I'm going to do the opposite, which is division. Whatever I do to one side, I have to do to the other. 50 divided by 50 is 1, and so we're left with 1W, or just W. And then 100 divided by 50 is 2. So in this case, the width would be 2, and again, we don't know what the units are, so we're just going to put units. And that is it, right? That's why I say, like, whew, man, we had some tricky stuff in the last one. This one is like really nice and just a very straightforward formula. All right, this is number 3 on your quick check. Monica is constructing a box in the shape of a right rectangular prism to hold grain on her farm. Find the area of the base if the volume is 50 feet cubed and the height is 4. Okay, so the area of the base, that is our unknown, right? So the area of the base, first off, like area is equal to length times width, okay? So within our volume formula, we can say volume, well, we know that that's equal to length times width times height. Well, we could just replace this whole thing as A. So now we have A times the height is equal to volume. And that's kind of what I talked about at the beginning of the video, right? You finding the area and then multiplying it by the height. So in this case, we'll plug in what we know. Let's see, we know that the volume is 50. We don't know our area, but we do know that the height is 4. So right now I'm multiplying by 4. Again, to get rid of that or to isolate my variable, I need to do the opposite operation, also known as the inverse operation. Whatever I do to one side, I have to do to the other. 4 divided by 4 is 1, so we're left with just 1A, or the area. And then 50 divided by 4. Well, let's see, 50 divided by 2 is 25. Divided by 2 again would be 12.5. And these were feet. So the area would be 12.5 feet. And since it's area, that's a two-dimensional attribute, right? Length times width, that's two things. So it's feet squared, all right? And that's it. That's what you're doing today. So if you need extra support, just let me know.